chat, no job, no mask, no ride, no smile, no expression. It's mask aside. I got the COVID blues and I'm blue as I can be. Well, they're taking my freedom and they're stealing our lives.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Gerald Salenti, and whew, another Trends Journal out. Yep, and another brilliant Anthony Frieda cover that says it all and much, much more. Crypto, Techno, Revolution. It's a whole new world. It's the 21st century. It's, the industrial age is over. It's the techno, crypto age. Is crypto going away? Well, in this Trends Journal, I was just counting the stories up on crypto. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 stories. The crypto age of utility has just begun. A perversion of cryptocurrency. Oh, by the way, that Jamie Dimon guy, the bankster boy, they don't want the cryptos to get in their way. He said they're worthless. And you see where cryptos are now. Bitcoin's hanging around that $55,000 mark. And in the Trends Journal, we have the breakout points, the bottom and the top. And it's floating near that top. So, a lot in your Trends Journal. The crypto, techno, revolution. And it's a devolution at some point, too. Because techno has sucked the joy and beauty out of life. Don't know how to play that instrument anymore. No, we can make it sound like that. Artificial intelligence. Don't need the real intelligence because, hey, we lost it anyway. Anyway, and on the market front, October, we just had September was the worst September in the equities since 2020, March, when things started going down. And then this month it started to pick up the first week, but hey, the last 3 days have been down days. Where is it going? What's next? It's inflation. And we were among the first to call inflation, and now the central banksters are saying it's real as well. So we have to look at this inflation and really figure out what's next and what's going to happen. So as we look at trends on the global economic front in this Trends Journal, central banks, worst nightmare coming? And then you're looking at the countries that are raising interest rates because inflation is going up, like New Zealand and Brazil and others. Oh, and then Turkey. The Turkish lira just hit an all-time low. And they lowered interest rates last month as inflation is hitting between 20 to 40%, depending on whose numbers you're looking at. But mostly important. We had forecast when this started to happen, in last week and this week, when all else fails, they take you to war. So watch out for war to break out. That guy Erdogan, when he loses, he heats up war. And this time it's going to be against Syria. So watch that very closely. And again, we have Techno Trends, Trends in Technocracy by Joe Duran. And we got other trends here by, of course, the great man, Gregory Mannarino, who really knows where the markets are going. And he has distortions in the markets will become even more extreme. So we look at it one way, he's looking at it another way, but we're both looking at it both extreme. And this guy, he's a top investor out there, one of the top. So he has his take on it. And to make it very clear, the motto of the Trends Journal is think for yourself. And one of the other trends we have in here, you're looking at the global trade deficit in the United States hitting an all-time high. Again, they sold us out. Supply chain disruptions, can't get this, can't get that. How about a self-sustaining economy? That we have to rely on China of everything that we have and need is a disgrace to this country. And you could thank out the crime syndicate headed by frontmen, little low-life pieces of shit. Bill Clinton, Al Gore. Yeah. NAFTA, remember that? Remember that little flabby fat boy, daddy's boy, prick Gore making fun of Ross Perot? When Ross Perot warned us. And NAFTA was just the beginning of it. Clinton sold us out, and the shithead we got running the show now, Biden, when they asked that other clown, Blinken, stinking Blinken, who went over as Obama, to help the Saudis bomb the Houthis in Yemen. They're that guy that's not a Secretary of State that doesn't know shit because that's all that comes out of his mouth. Yeah, that guy. Talking it up about what's going to happen with the economy and not to worry about it. We're still in charge. China doesn't count. And he's being questioned when they're bringing Biden in. What Chinese company gave Biden $23 million, for this so-called school or whatever the hell he has in one of these universities? And Blinken wouldn't answer it. They all get paid off. And they sold us out to China. So we have a lot of things here on China in the trends in geopolitics. China-Taiwan tensions at all-time worst. U.S. already lost AI war with China, Pentagon's former software chief says. South Korea's bottom line, we're saying they won't support Taiwan or the U.S. And we have other geopolitical trends because you're not seeing these things anywhere else being reported as the way we're reporting them and then giving you trend forecasts and analysis. And what's going on in China with this Evergrande, is this thing going to collapse? Where's it going to go? We have our forecasts. And we have Trends in High Tech by Ben Davis. And computers that think like we do. Airbus accepts the challenge. This is a very big one. Hydrogen-powered airliner possible. Very important to read because when we're talking about climate change, we don't see the electric batteries being the answer to electric cars. There got to be a better way. This is an 1800s invention, and we've done the data. Hey, remember they were selling the bullshit about driverless cars going back to 2016? By 2020, they'd be here. And then you're looking at electric vehicles. They only account for, at best, 4% of the world's vehicles. And by the way, as we're talking about inflation, do you know what it costs to buy a new automobile in America? $40,638. Oh, and today, they just came out with the data, 4.5 million people quit their jobs. Oh, and last week, the prostitute mainstream media was saying 500,000 new jobs would be created, and 194,000 have been created. How the hell are they going to buy these cars? Where's inflation going? Oh, another story in the Trends Journal about all the people that can't afford U.S. homes. Prices spike, fewer can afford them. What does that mean? What's the trend? Where's it going? Oh, and the bigs are getting bigger. Every week we keep doing this with inflation. But very important, as the bigs get bigger, they lose competition. So they're not inventive. They don't have to be. There are a lot of on-trendpreneur opportunities. A lot of people are quitting their jobs because they're looking at their future and saying, this sucks. I don't want to do this. I got a brain. I have know-how. and they know how to take advantage of the gaps left by the bigs. Number one, because they don't have the innovation. You know how many few companies have trend forecasters? They barely exist. They don't have the innovation. They gobble up others. And when they do see an opportunity, if it's too small, they don't take advantage of it. So now is the time to do that. It is the time. Again, one big media giant buys another. Well, you're getting in the Trends Journal. You're not getting anywhere else. So, one after another. Oh, and how about what's going on with that Southwest Airlines? Very important. Very important. The mainstream media never mentioned that the people in Southwest Airlines, where they come, a lot from Texas, right? They refused to get the shot. And no shot, no job. They say, screw you. The mainstream media has not reported that at all. All they're saying is that Southwest Airlines canceled all those flights because of weather conditions. Hey, well, how come all the other airlines didn't cancel them? This is going to be big. Again, protests going on in Italy. Protests going on in France. Protests going on in Germany. More mandates for green passports. What is this going to mean? A lot. There's the ups and the downs, but here's the bottom line. You better get in the best shape you can, physically, emotionally, spiritually. You're in the fight for your life. Number 2, think for yourself. Number 3, prepare for the worst. If the worst doesn't happen, and you were prepared, you don't lose anything. But if the worst happens, and you're not prepared, you can lose everything. And the worst is yet to come. Trendsjournal.com, trendsjournal.com, the only magazine in the world where you read history before it happens. Again, these inflation numbers are real. We've been forecasting them, talking about them. And, what is oil prices now? And gas prices in Europe at a 13-year high, and the ECB says they're not going to raise interest rates?
That is bullshit.
You got it. When interest rates go up, the global economy goes down. This is Gerald Celente. See you soon. And one more thing. Don't forget to donate to Occupy Peace. I mentioned what's going to happen with Turkey. And it's not only Turkey. When all else fails, they take you to war. And I want peace on earth, goodwill to men and women. And I'm a warrior for the Prince of Peace. The COVID-19 war has changed the world. But who's prepared? What's next? It's in your Trends Journal. Trends Journal subscribers are prepared. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. Read history before it happens. From the world leader in trend forecasting.